Everyone, Nath here, welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to discuss how to choose your first bike. This is more of a general overview, not telling you what CC to get or specific advice like I'm pointing my finger at you telling you to buy an R1 as your first bike. But that's not, I'm just going to be giving you pointers that I look for and things that I've been told to look for and I ignore that I probably should have looked at. But okay, let's just get straight into it. So the first thing you're going to want to look at is your license, believe it or not. Figure out what category you have if you're not sure and you just took a test because you felt like it. Check if you've got, well, you'll know if you're on CBT because you'll be in L plates, but A1, A2 or A. A1 is 125s, A2 is 47 horsepower or 94 horsepower. Is it 94? Yeah, I think it's 94 or 97 horsepower restricted down to, yeah, 94 horsepower restricted down to 47. And then A is unrestricted. Okay, once you've had a look at your license, the next thing you want to figure out is the style of bike you want. Now there is so many different styles of bike. You've got sport, sport tourer, sport adventure, naked, hyper naked, probably super naked, probably everything naked. Nakeds are really taken off, they're more popular than sport bikes. So then you got adventure bikes, supermotos. There's so many different types of bikes. Have a look around, go to a great place to, that was wet and windy, thank you Laurie. Best place to go is somewhere like Superbike Factory, where they have loads of different bikes just all lined up. And then you can, sit on a couple, say, I hate adventure bikes, but oh, I like naked bikes. And I don't mind sport bikes, there you go. Figured out your next filter. Something a lot of people don't really think about, including me, I wish I did think about this before I decided to buy an R6, is think about fuel efficiency is one of the things I missed. Typically the bigger the CC and engine, the lower the fuel economy will be because it's a bigger engine. So if you're going to be commuting to work doing 50 odd miles a day, it might be worth looking into the 300-400 range, maybe a 500, just to get that extra bit of fuel efficiency. Or if you're just getting a weekend blaster. Well, that was such a slippy corner for me, I did so bad. Yeah, so look at how many miles a gallon a bike does and then compare it. I mean, I use ChatGPT to work out what vehicles do what, and then I get it to work and me out a cost per month. Oh, it is very windy today. Go on then. I was letting you go, but okay. You really failed to see my flashing headlights. Unless my flash don't work. No, it does. Okay, so you've worked out your CC. You've worked out how many miles per gallon you want. You're close. You're getting there to deciding your first or next bike. On fuel efficiency, if you want a great mid-range where you want a balance of power and fuel efficiency, have a look at some twin 650s, or even if you want to be ballsy, it's not as fuel efficient, but the Honda CBR 650R or CB 650R. Pretty powerful bikes with decent fuel economy. I mean, my R6 averages about 33 miles a gallon, which is worse than a car. And doing an average of 45 miles a day. I'm filling up twice a week, which is expensive because it's £25 a time. So consider your fuel efficiency, please. It's something you need to look into. So once you've got these basic filters down, you now know the style of bike you want, you know what CC and fuel economy you're looking for. You now get to choose your team. So you've got the 6 big dogs of Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha. Did I miss Yamaha off there? And I can't remember which ones I said now. Oh, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki. Okay, you know what, I'm going to go back on what I just said about the big brands, because oh, what is that on the road? There is no more big brands of motorbikes in my opinion, because some of these smaller guys are doing better than the big guys. So brand doesn't really matter anymore, to be honest. Go out and find a brand that you like. You can stick with one of the big guys like Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Triumph, or maybe you go try a different brand like Lex Moto, CF Moto, KTMs, you know, something a bit different. Brand doesn't really matter. A lot of people shit on you for getting a certain bike. They'll be like, why would you buy a Suzuki when you can get a Honda? Why would you buy a Honda when you can get a Yamaha? You know, everyone's going to have an opinion on your bike, but just make sure you're happy with your bike. I fell into the trap before of, oh, people won't like that one, I won't buy that one. Hey, they fixed the road. They missed this bit though. Ugh. Even if it's a bit unique and quirky, just make sure you like it. It is my main piece of advice there. Your next filter you want to work out is your age. So bikes, they change a lot over the years. I mean, my bike's 20 years old nearly. It has no electronics on it. I don't have ABS, traction control, I've got no smartphone connectivity. It barely starts up in the cold. I think that's just because the battery's going down a little bit. There you go, we'll slow down. I've got no ride-by-wire. I have no tech features at all. I just have engine and throttle. It is an amazing bike though. So you just need to compare the ages a bit, and it really depends what it is you're looking for exactly, because if you want to pair your phone and get text messages and maps on the dash, you're going to be looking at 2020 onwards. If you just want an engine and a throttle, you're going to be able to go back to like 1990 and get the old Thunderbirds and stuff. So you know, you need to compare different generations. A good website for this that I used to use, I will put on the screen now because I can't remember off the top of my head. It's important to keep in mind that the newer the bike is, the more plastic it'll probably be and the safer it'll be. Newer bikes come with advanced features like wheelie control, traction control, different riding modes. So if you go buy like an MT10, you can put it in mode 3 and it'll be a lower power version of... I'm just trying to keep my bike alive. I need to check. I need to do spark plugs on this. Get the spark plugs changed next weekend. Whoa. So you've weighed up your technical features as well into your filters, and now we're really starting to narrow down what it is you're looking to buy. Now you need to keep involved price ranges. You need to buy a bike that is in budget and you can afford. Because my god, if I'm lucky enough to own this R6, but if I was paying a loan on top of the fuel cost, I would nearly be paying rent. So this R6 cost me about 225, I think, a month to fill up. So this R6 cost me 150 a month on insurance, followed by about 220, I think it's 200 and, hang on, let me do maths. It's about 50 a week. Yeah, so it's about 220 a month on fuel, 150 on insurance, £7 on tax. If I then added a loan on top of that, I could buy a house. So make sure your bike is affordable for you to run. I love riding this bike, so I'm happy to just give it fuel. And you know, I do only put premium in because it's an old engine and E10 wasn't about then, so I'm a little bit wary about putting it in just in case, you know, it slowly corrodes something, or you know, you don't know what they're putting in this new fuel. Well, I mean, you do if you Google it, but I can't be bothered. Awesome. So now you found a few bikes that is in your price range. We've got all the tech spec you want. It's, you know, the right colour, the right brand, the right CC. It's fuel efficient enough for you. It's exactly what you're looking for. What's next? Check the insurance price. This is the big one. Check the insurance price, because sometimes, well, I mean, I've heard horror stories of people buying brand new R7s a couple years ago, go into the insurance company and they say, we will not touch you on that. And I know someone who's got an R7 sat in their garage because they can't get insurance on it. So they've got a brand new bike and it's just sat doing nothing. So check the insurance, go and compare the market, the bike insurer, confused.com, check several websites, do several quotes. It's very important. I've got a video next week coming out on insurance specifically. Are my trousers wet? I can't tell. I feel like I've just been splashed up my arse. It's very important that you also don't lie on insurance. A lot of people say, oh, just say you put it in a garage. This is very important you don't lie, because insurers will find any way not to pay out, and if they find out your bike got stolen off your driveway and they say, why wasn't it in the garage? And you go, oh, I don't have a garage, you're not getting a payout. So do not lie on your insurance, because if they find out you've lied and your policy gets cancelled, you will have a way more expensive policy the next year. So if it is expensive, just foot the bill the first year, it gets cheaper. If you lie, you just fuck yourself in the long run, trust me. Not that I've had insurance cancelled, but be honest is just what I'm saying, because you'll end up in a worse position if you get caught out. And I know people that have lied on their insurance and it gets cancelled, and then next year it's like quadruple the price, and then they get like manually vetted by the insurance company. They ring up, they verify, they'll then look at Google Maps on your house. They'll look at your house on Google Maps, sorry. So if you don't want them involved to that extent, just make sure you're honest. So well done, you did it. Woo! Whoa! You should be very proud of yourself, you found your first bike. And now the only thing you can do is check, is it a private seller, is it a dealership? And just make sure it's got full service history, do HPI check. Make sure you are 100% happy with what you're getting, because private seller you cannot return to, trade seller you might get warranty. If it is a trade seller, you've got the benefit of going for a test ride if they offer it. If they offer a test ride and you're spending, you know, £6,000 on a new bike, I'd take it just to be sure. I've never test rode a bike myself. I just go, yes, give me, give me, give me. And then you have your first bike. Woo! Last thing to do is to tax it. Unfortunately, some motorbikes are more expensive than cars to tax. I think I must pay like 85 a year, something like that. It's done by CC bracket. I think it's 700 onwards is the top one. I don't know, I'll put a picture up now to show you the tax brackets for motorbikes. So just make sure you're aware of that. You can pay monthly. I do like £7 a month. It's not bad at all. But yeah, that's all you really need. Well, that's the basics, to be fair, of choosing your first bike. You know what to look for. Make sure that, you know, it's got good service history. And something that I always do when, I mean, bear in mind this isn't a video to tell you what to look for when you buy a bike, this is just how to find the bike. I can do a video on specifics of what to look for when you buy a bike, such as, you know, cracked fairing, stuff like that. Hey, buying your first bike is a very magical moment. So just make sure that you don't take shit from anyone for it. It does not matter if you buy a Lexmoto LXR 125 or YZF-R 125. You're still on a motorbike, fuck everyone else.